makes a good splitter. Whoa, splitting wood, splitting wood, splitting wood. Whoa. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a Sunday, January Sunday. Splitting axes. That axe then, which is an absolute beauty, is this ML forged massive splitting axe. Nearly 6 pounds in weight, really fat profile. She's a splitter. But what makes that split wood better than this? So this is not a good splitter. Don't try and split wood with one of these. This is a shop bought felling profile. So if you can see, this bit here is what makes an axe a good splitter. How fat it is in this area here defines everything. There's a little bit to the edge geometry, as we'll see with some of the other axes, but basically if it's concave here, she ain't going to split wood, she'll get stuck. This is designed as a felling axe. This is designed to cut trees down. The best sort of splitting axes you can get are the Australian Tassies. As far as vintage axes goes, obviously there's the Fiskars thing. Top marks to the first person down in the comments that puts Fiskars X27. I've never used one. I should get one actually. They're just not very exciting to me because they're plastic handles and there's no history to them. So that is an old school Australian Tassie profile, and you can see how fat it is here and how short it is here. If I compare it to that other felling axe, it's much shorter, much fatter in the cheeks. But the problem here in the UK at least is these Tassie axes are expensive, difficult to get. You have to get them sent over from Australia, Tasmania really, and then put a handle on it yourself, or if you buy one with a handle on, they're a lot of money, £200 or £300. But here's a little secret tip. There are these axes around. If you just look at that there, this is a Stanley Canada axe. If you have a look, it is very fat here actually, and there are lots of these about. These sort of, they really want to be, the closer to £5 the better. So about £5 plus. They're normally marketed as a vintage axe, that sort of thing. If you can get a photo from that end on and it doesn't taper in, so it doesn't, it doesn't look like the top of a skateboard. If it's basically triangular, it will split wood pretty well. Go and split some wood with it in a minute if you want actually. The other axes I've got here, so as well as that fat Tassie, this is another one. This is a Kelly Dandenong. And as you can see, it's basically a triangular axe. So the profile there again, super triangular. This is a great splitting axe. Good weight. Really want, I think £4.5 to £5. I've got a couple of £4 splitters that are really good on some of the smaller stuff, like actually that bit of sycamore I just split. £4 Tassie would go through that easily. And the beauty about a £4 is you can use it all day. So this is why we need lots of them. Bigger ones for the bigger, gnarlier, knotted wood. Smaller ones for, everything else really. And they are remarkably efficient splitters actually. So let's grab this Stanley and go and split a bit of wood with it. How'd you like being on widescreen? Look at that. Birds are tweeting as well. So here we go. Let's try this Stanley. About 50 quid. You can pick these up for in the UK. Let me show you how she splits. Just tilt you back a little bit. See how we go. See, no problems with that. Pretty nice piece of sycamore this actually. Let me just check you're still, still in screen nicely. How about that? Is that a bit better for you? See, you can split on the ground with it if you're careful. Now, see if it'll go through this big boy. Just try and get you in the middle a bit. There you go. And it goes through this. There you go. Cheap axe, but if you just keep an eye, just have a look on, sometimes if the listing's good on eBay, you can see that profile from the top. And that's what it's all about, that's what you're looking for. This is actually quite a knotty piece of sycamore. As you can see, that grain is not very straight. Going straight through it. Ooh. Careful. Right. Let's try something a bit harder. Let's try a bit of fresh ash. So what's this? Probably 10-12 inch round. See how she goes. We're not very straight there, guys. Super sorry. Trying to just level you up. What axes are you using, guys? Are you Tassie converts? Are you a Fiskars person? Oh yeah, this is a bit. There we go. The main problem you get if you're trying to split with one of those felling axes, they will go into the wood and they will split wood, but they will get stuck. That narrow, very long, thin profile towards the sharp bit gets stuck. And this fatness here, what it mainly does is it does force the wood apart, but the biggest thing you get from that is not getting stuck, so you can repeatedly hit the wood. Not a very straightforward piece of wood this, although it is small. She's a knotty piece of ash. See, nothing wrong with this. I would say I'm not a huge fan of the handle, which is why I don't use it much. Can have a little chat about handles in a minute actually, because I keep reprofiling them. Yeah, she will split. So just pull you back up off the tripod. So here we can see, for me, it's much more these days about the handle than it is about the axe profile actually. This one from Australia came with a for me, a very thick handle. It's more like the thickness of this one. Quite very thick handle, and as you can see, the lighter bits there are where I've reprofiled it, and I'm still working on this one, which is why I haven't re-dyed it and finished it yet. It's a very personal thing, this, where you want it thick, where you want it thin. Obviously you want to keep the strength as much as possible, but if we go to this ash handle, Owen Jarvis, so Elemental Race on here, that is a UK made, handmade ash handle, and as you can see, it is very thin, but it is really nice. This curve at the end with a nice extra bit fed in makes it so nice to use. Great big 6-pounder on there. I've done a lot of splitting with that axe, never had a problem. So yeah, just a little bit of a rundown, but these are a bit of a bargain, guys. Even you can pick those up for less than the sort of Fiskars, which I think are about 70, 80 quid in the UK. The Husqvarna splitting axes. Of course, we haven't talked about mauls yet. Maybe I'll do another video on those. Again, they're a bit of a thing. Never really got into them too much, although I quite fancy one of those weird shaped ones that you do see that look more like an arrowhead. But yeah, those are a bargain. You can pick those up if you watch eBay. Just get a picture from that end of the profile and you can get yourself a nice splitter for not a lot of money. Anyway, Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. A little bit different. Let me know if you want some axe content. Look forward to seeing you soon. I think we're going to do some more chain sharpening. So stick around for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Have a great weekend.